Welcome back to the Ultimate Hobby Station series. In this episode, we've got Module 13, which is the 36mm paint rack. And Module 14, which is the corner 36mm paint rack. So 36mm will fit your Tamiya bottles. Clearly you can fit your Vallejos and your Citadels, etc. But they're not as snug a fit, but they still work. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm pumped.
All right, first thing we're gonna do is get the plans to make these. You're gonna head to bkmakes.com. There's a link down in the description below that will take you to this free area where all the Ultimate Hobby Station series plans are. First up, you've got the DXF files. If you've got a laser cutter, this is what you're after. If not, follow me down below and you can grab both the assembly sheets and the paper templates, which we're going to use to make these. I'm making these in an application called Big Print, which the link is down below. There's a free evaluation copy, or you can buy it if you want, and then you're going to cut out all the paper templates you've created and tape them together so that they're accurate and to scale. This straight line paper trimmer is fantastic for this. Next, we're going to affix the paper templates to the respective 1/8 inch and 1/4 inch HDF with Super 77 spray glue. Then we're going to cut them out on a scroll saw. Then it's time to drill the holes. I'm using a 1 7/16 inch Forstner bit. Obviously a 36mm bit would work just as well. HDF gives off a lot of very fine dust, so I'm vacuuming up after every few holes and wearing a respirator, and recommend you do the same. I'm using this plywood piece as a backer so I don't get tear out before drilling 1/4 inch holes for the magnets. Then it's just pulling off the paper templates and cleaning up the surfaces with a sander. For the dry fit, I'm using a sanding stick to ensure that these fit together well. When you're gluing this together, just make sure that each of the paint tray shelves are offset from each other. You'll know what I mean when you start trying to put it together. Next is the dry assembly of the corner shelf. This is how you do it correctly, where you feed each shelf into the one side support, and then lastly, put the opposing side support on. So in the instructions, the two side backing boards are meant to have the 45-degree miter in them, which I'm pointing out here. I had this piece left over from the last corner build and it was already cut, so I didn't want to waste it. And that's going to leave my two end pieces slightly longer than they should be, which I'll just sand off at the end. You don't have to worry about that when you're building yours. Now, make note, when I'm putting this together right now, I stupidly put both ends on first. Idiot! Which I shouldn't be doing, because that's going to make me have to bend and cross my fingers that I don't break the paint rack shelves when I put them in. Luckily, I survived with only minor damage, which I, for the most part, fixed. Be careful with this top shelf because it is fragile. Here I'm just prying apart the shelves to get some glue in there. Ultimately, they're not going to move around anyways, but I thought rather than have them rattle, I put some glue in there too. Now I'm just sanding off those ends, which I mentioned earlier. If you build this as per the instructions, you won't have to do this. Then it's a matter of installing the 1/4 inch magnets to enable these modules to be linked together. All right, that does it for the paint racks. Just a few more modules left in this Ultimate Hobby Station series, and then we'll get to some pretty cool stuff, I think. Hope you like it. Till then, see ya.